The Echo of Broken Promises: Navigating Exploitative Relationships. The landscape of human connection is complex, but within it lies a particularly destructive pattern: the exploitative relationship. This is not merely a partnership facing challenges. It is a meticulously crafted, often subconscious cycle of hope and profound heartbreak that leaves one individual emotionally depleted, questioning their sanity and perpetually yearning for a genuine connection that is fleetingly offered but never truly sustained. It is defined by the consistent, disorienting echo of broken promises and the insidious signature of a dynamic where one person systematically benefits from the emotional and sometimes practical investment of another without true reciprocity. This damaging cycle typically unfolds in identifiable, though often subtly overlapping phases. The initial stage is the idealization phase. This is when the exploitative individual enters your life with an almost overwhelming intensity of charm, grand gestures, and earnest commitments. They might paint vivid pictures of a shared future, express unwavering support for your dreams and significant life moments. During this period, you feel uniquely seen, understood, and deeply valued. It's an intoxicating experience, often referred to as love bombing, that creates a powerful emotional bond and ignites a strong sense of hope and belief in the relationship's extraordinary potential. This initial, intense affirmation serves as a powerful anchor, making it incredibly difficult to recognize the subsequent shifts as deliberate manipulation, rather than just temporary setbacks. However, this elevated state is rarely sustainable, for it is often built on an illusion designed to capture and control, not to truly nurture. Soon, the relationship inevitably transitions into the devaluation stage. The person's behavior begins to shift dramatically. The grand plans are forgotten, and the promises, once so heartfelt, remain unfulfilled. Your attempts to connect might be met with silence. Calls go unanswered, messages are ignored for extended periods, or responses become curt and dismissive. They withdraw emotionally and sometimes physically, seemingly without explanation or concern for your feelings. In this phase, your worth is diminished, your needs are consistently set aside, and you're left grappling with confusion, self-doubt, and profound hurt. You might find yourself constantly seeking their approval or trying to win back the person they were in the idealization phase. This phase often involves gaslighting, where the recipient's perceptions and feelings are denied or twisted, further eroding their sense of reality. Just as you begin to process the sting of abandonment and consider moving on, the cycle often loops back, initiating the discard and re-engagement phase. The exploitative individual reappears, often with a casual message, a fleeting apology that lacks genuine remorse, or perhaps another small, carefully chosen gesture that mimics the initial charm. They might renew past promises or offer tantalizing glimpses of the ideal partner they once were. This calculated re-engagement, known as intermittent reinforcement, is insidious. By providing inconsistent rewards, attention, affection, promises, after periods of neglect, they keep you perpetually hoping and striving for the good phase to return. You're given just enough hope to cling on, just enough attention to make you believe this time will be different, only to be left adrift once more when they inevitably withdraw again. This unpredictable reward system creates a highly addictive dynamic, making it incredibly challenging to break free. Identifying exploitative patterns in dating. Recognizing these insidious patterns is the most crucial step towards self-protection and liberation. While no relationship is perfect, consistent manifestation of the following signs should serve as significant red flags. Inconsistency in words versus actions. This is a hallmark. Do their declarations of love or commitment rarely translate into consistent, supportive behavior? Are promises made easily but rarely kept? If their actions repeatedly contradict their words, pay attention to the actions. Emotional unavailability and avoidance. Do they consistently shy away from deep, vulnerable conversations, particularly those that involve accountability or addressing the impact of their behavior on you? Do they disappear rather than face conflict, discomfort, or the natural give and take of a healthy relationship? This indicates an inability or unwillingness to truly connect, creating confusion and instability. Do you frequently feel confused about where you stand or anxious about their next move? Healthy relationships foster a sense of security and predictability. Exploitative ones thrive on uncertainty, keeping you off balance and constantly craving their unpredictable attention. This emotional roller coaster is designed to maintain control. Self-serving dynamics. Does the relationship primarily serve their needs, with little to no reciprocal care or consideration for your well-being? Do your emotional, financial, or practical investments consistently yield no genuine return? If you feel like a convenience, a source of attention, or someone primarily used to fulfill their desires rather than a cherished, equal partner, it's a strong indicator of exploitation. Lack of empathy and accountability. When confronted with the pain they've caused, do they deflect, minimize, blame you, or simply vanish? A lack of genuine empathy and an unwillingness to take responsibility for their impact on others are key characteristics of exploitative individuals. Biblical perspectives on such conduct. From a profound biblical standpoint, the patterns of behavior characteristic of an exploitative relationship stand in stark and irreconcilable contrast to the divine principles of love, integrity, and genuine concern for others. The scriptures offer unwavering guidance on how humanity is called to treat one another, and the manipulative dynamics of exploitation fall far outside these divine mandates. The Bible speaks extensively about love as selfless, sacrificial, and foundational to all righteous relationships, not as a tool for self-gain. 1 Corinthians 13:4-7 is often cited as the definitive description of divine love. Love is patient, love is kind. It does not envy, it does not boast, it is not proud, it does not dishonor others, it is not self-seeking, it is not easily angered, it keeps no record of wrongs. Love does not delight in evil, but rejoices with the truth. It always protects, always trusts, always hopes, always perseveres. The exploitative pattern described, being self-seeking, inconsistent, and consistently causing profound emotional pain and dishonor, is the direct antithesis of this definition. It's a love that takes rather than gives freely. There's a strong emphasis on truthfulness, integrity, and the sacredness of keeping one's word. Proverbs 12:22 powerfully states, "The Lord detests lying lips, but delights in people who are trustworthy." When promises are made with apparent sincerity only to be consistently broken, and when individuals manipulate others through cycles of inconsistent behavior and false hope, they are engaging in deceitful and dishonest practices. God's character is steadfast and true, and he calls his followers to reflect that same integrity. The fundamental principle of treating others as you would want to be treated, famously articulated in Luke 6:31, "Do to others as you would have them do to you," is absolutely central to Christian ethics and interpersonal conduct. Someone who repeatedly causes emotional anguish, systematically takes advantage of another's trust and vulnerability, and then abandons them, clearly and unequivocally fails this foundational test. Such actions demonstrate a profound lack of empathy and a disregard for the dignity and well-being of the other person. Ultimately, those who consistently engage in such exploitative patterns, showing a sustained disregard for the emotional well-being of others and failing to uphold their word or commitments, are acting outside of biblical principles for healthy and righteous relationships. While the Bible also teaches the transformative power of grace, forgiveness, and redemption, it equally calls for prudent discernment and God-given wisdom to recognize and protect oneself from harmful associations and to preserve one's heart from repeated injury. It emphasizes the importance of walking in light, recognizing that true light does not conceal or manipulate. Recognizing these patterns is the courageous and essential first step towards breaking free from their grip. Your inherent value and dignity are eternal and are not and never will be defined by someone else's inability or unwillingness to love or commit in a healthy way. You deserve a love that is consistent, honest, respectful, and truly reciprocal. A relationship built on genuine care, mutual trust, unwavering presence, and profound respect, not on the painful and repetitive echo of broken promises.